Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. And today we have the National Geographic documentary, Saving Notre-Dame. This is 45 minutes long. It's from 2020. You can tell that it's from 2020 is because it was filmed in 2019 when the fire happened in Notre-Dame. Because nobody's wearing masks, except for the people who are to work in order to protect themselves from all the lead and the toxic fumes and everything else from the burning building. Yeah, that was a thing. This is not so much about the tragedy of the fire and everything else that happened. There's another documentary, suggested, Notre Dame Race Against the Inferno. That's a different documentary talking about mainly what they did to fight it for 9 hours to save this more than 850-year-old building. Catholic Church Cathedral, an iconic architectural masterpiece. And this is more about keeping it together long enough when the fire is done. Covers about the first year or so of reconstruction. I don't know how far it's gotten since then, what they've done. This is more about just shoring it up, stabilizing it, and in a sense rebuilding so much of it and taking it, stabilizing it enough to take it apart in certain places in order to build it back up again safely. There's a very huge fear that with everything that's burnt and twisted and everything else, whether it was the wood or the metal or everything else, that pieces that were no longer secure could just fall into the apartment buildings across the street, just destroy them, or do more damage to the building itself. It's an intricately built and rebuilt cathedral over many centuries. The last time a major redo was in the 1800s, right after the story of the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Notre Dame became a big deal. I forgot the name of you probably know who created it, who wrote the book. It's a pretty huge thing. It's a huge undertaking, and you get to see. To me, I like the engineering and the architecture that goes into just making this work. We just watched the last documentary we watched was all about building a cruise ship, piece by piece, block by block. This is literally about almost tearing apart, or not tearing apart, but just sort of breaking apart pieces of the cathedral, moving them aside, keeping them safe while they can get to the other pieces that need to go away. When this fire happened, it was already undergoing a restoration. There was scaffolding already in place. People were already working on it to improve the roof and everything else. It was a major project, and then the fire, right before Easter, just messed everything up. And you had not only the church itself already, in danger of catching fire, but the scaffolding, which just sort of caved in a little bit and just sort of hung there. And at any moment, pieces of that could have gone wrong and could have detached and caused a cascading mess. And you get to see really close up from drone shots and 3D recreations of the building, which I always think is cool. And just seeing the people, in their own words, working on it, trying to keep this thing together in a way that will preserve a humongous piece of history. Whether you're Catholic or Christian or not, anybody who sees this, even if I've never been to Paris, I've never been to France, so I've never seen this in person. My sister has, but I have not, and I'm hoping to someday. So it'd be neat to see that. Do the tourist thing, why not? Thankfully, during this fire, none of the ancient relics and things like that, supposedly the crown of thorns that Christ wore, which were kept in a sealed thing, none of that was damaged. So other than that, this is all about the building and about saving a humongous chunk of architectural history. So yeah, you can appreciate it regardless of your faith. So So yeah, it's worth checking out if you're into that kind of thing. If you're into like architecture and engineering and everything that goes into just building and tearing down structures without harming them further. So it was pretty interesting. I can't say that I would have picked it to watch on my own if this hadn't just been randomly picked for me, but still, it's interesting when you get a chance to watch it. Let's pick tomorrow's episode. 294. Not too far of a scroll. 294. Oh, we got. It's a short, but it's not really a short. It's more like an episode of a show, I think. Maybe I could be wrong. I don't know. It's a really long title, and it's sort of a modern take on a classic. Sort of. I haven't seen it, so I don't really know. But by the name, I can tell that it's going to be fun. This is from the Wonderful World of Mickey Mouse. Some of those newer cartoons, but this is the Wonderful World of Mickey Mouse. Steamboat Silly. So yeah, it might be as short as Steamboat Willie. I have no idea. It could be a whole episode. It could be a whole, like, those seasonal ones they put out. Those are like almost 20, 25 minutes long. Maybe it's like that. Maybe it's 5 minutes. We'll see. The Wonderful World of Mickey Mouse, Steamboat Silly is what we're watching next on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that. Bye.